A lot of people think, oh, you're in your 30s, testosterone's probably still where it should be. Oftentimes it's not. We have guys at Game Day Men's Health in their 20s that come in.
What up?
How we doing?
I'm tired, man.
Yeah, tired.
Yeah.
Were you sick too or something? Or
I was a couple weeks ago. I feel pretty good now. But yeah, a couple weeks ago I was sick.
I was gonna say a lot of people have been sick too recently. It sounds like so.
Yeah. Are you?
Shit! What up, bro? You got the glasses and the headphones on. Damn, bro. He's in it.
Are those blue glasses or like the ones that help with screens?
No, they're just my regular glasses.
I feel like
contacts out for a few days.
What's that?
I've had the contacts out for a few days.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn! You got contacts usually?
Yeah, normally, dude. I'm really fucking cheap too. So like, I have the dailies, but I'll leave those motherfuckers in my eyes for like 2 months straight without taking them out.
Oh, shit.
You're not supposed to do that. It's pretty terrible for you, but I'm just lazy with that. And I like to just save money because contacts, I feel like, I mean, you can wear them for forever and they not really bother you. So,
yeah.
Really? Huh.
Right.
I think I'm at the point where I do need glasses, or at least to get my eyes checked. It's been years. Oh.
Hey, Dougie.
What up?
What's going on,
good?
guys?
What's going on, fellas?
What's
What to
happening?
do? How you doing, bro?
You already know, same old grind, man.
Yes,
Different
sir.
grind.
What are you, Dougie? What are you up to for your Are you rebounding right now? Are you going to an off season, or what's your bodybuilding at right now?
Yeah,
For sure.
I'm finishing up my rebound. Start my first push. What's today's date? I'm gonna start my first push 2 weeks.
Oh, word.
Okay.
And do you have anything picked up for next year, or are you just going with the flow right now? Or
No, I don't plan on competing next year. If
Yeah.
I do, it'll be after next year's Olympia.
Word.
My plan is to get to 235, 240 and get strong and dense as fuck. And see how I look probably in the summer after a couple of push phases, and then decide what I'm gonna do. Next time I come back, I gotta look mad different.
Yeah.
Wait a minute here. You tell me you're not over 240 right now?
No.
Dude, you look way fucking bigger than that. Jesus
Well,
Christ.
thank you very much.
How
I
much you
appreciate
fucking weigh, dude?
So I'm waking up 218, 219 right now.
Okay, that's wild to me. That's wild.
Yeah, I've been doing my best to keep my weight where it
So you
needs
must
to
be
be.
pretty lean. Yeah, you must be
Yes.
pretty lean. So
Yeah.
Yes. Not easy.
No. Are you using Reddit True Tide, or are you doing it the old-fashioned way?
No, old-fashioned way, man. I mean, my routine. I get up early in the morning. I start training clients 5, 6 in the morning. So I start eating and drinking 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't lie. I've been trying the Retta.
I like it, huh?
I don't know if I like it because I do like eating, and it really zaps your appetite.
How much are you using, Mike?
1 milligram a week, split into two 500 microgram doses.
Crazy that you get that kind of response, that 1 mg, because Reddit is so weird because a lot of different responses. Because I have probably maybe 8 or 10 clients on it, and everyone's response is so much different. It's crazy. Some it doesn't even really phase them too much, and then some it's really kills their appetite. It's sort of all over the place. And then some feel great on it, some don't notice much of a difference, and it's all the same source. So it's
Yeah.
It took, I don't know about you, but it took me at least 3 weeks for it to kick in to where it started to blow my appetite some.
Yeah, I got you.
For me, it was pretty quick out of the gate. It was like a week and a half.
Oh man, I the first 2 weeks I said I hope this stuff that starts fucking working, because I was so fucking hungry. Cameron just kept feeding me more. I'm like, this is stupid. This stuff's supposed to help with this in the food noise, and it was not. at all. But
you just probably have one of those bodies, man. Like you develop really good. You know what I'm saying? So it would make sense that it probably took a little bit more for you to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
I think just being so fresh off the show too, like my body was still like just ramping. You know, it took a few weeks of more food to really kind of calm that down, and we'll see how it keeps. I think he's planning on keeping it in for a little bit. We're starting to pull back a little bit now, so we'll see how everything goes over the next 8 weeks.
So did you use it? Were you guys using it in your first North Americans for that prep or no?
No, we didn't use it at all. He threw it in.
Okay.
I think I put it in 2 weeks post show or a week and a half post show.
Okay.
Is when we put it in.
Yeah.
But we didn't use anything like that for North Americans at all.
Okay. Yes.
I don't know if it's something that I'll continue to use after this little trial, to be quite honest. Because I don't ever get super, super hungry, even in preps when I'm pretty low. And I'm so self-aware of how my body feels. Little changes, I'm very aware of.
Right.
And I feel like it's one of those things, if you don't need it, then
yeah.
But I did want to try it on myself to see.
Yeah, see how it feels.
So
maybe
maybe
it's pretty popular. It's pretty popular right now amongst. It's funny watching people use it, and I'd be like, you don't even fucking need it. Like you just hearing other people use this shit. You don't even fucking need it, and it's just so bad right now in social media, man. With everybody just try everything. Yeah,
popular thing right now.
I think so many people are using it to try and make things easier. When they really just need to learn to suffer first.
Right.
Especially the people who've never gone through that part. You need to suffer so you know how it feels.
Yeah.
Or else it's kind of pointless to use some of that shit.
It's like the same idea. Lifting is squat, bench, deadlift, and then you know what I mean. You go to the machines, that kind of stuff. You sort of learn, and your first prep should be super hard. You know what I mean? And then you want to do all this, check all those boxes first before you get to all this stuff that's going to make stuff easier. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Yeah, because it's there's so much stuff out that's right now.
Oh, yeah.
There's this one dude I used to coach him. I don't coach anymore. He used to get on my fucking nerves every time he found or saw some new shit.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Asking me about it. Let's try this. Yeah. And I'd be like, yo, stop looking at that shit, dude.
Right.
You need to just keep eating and training.
Yeah.
How do you every time you hear some, hey Doug, you ever hear about this? No, and I don't want to fucking hear about it either, dude. You're so new in this shit.
Yeah.
You just need to, especially when you train like a fucking pussy, dog.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, bro, but so many people just don't understand. You can get all the fucking peptides. You could try to make this as easy as you think, but there are other things that go into this.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I was going to say too, though, but the thing with retatrutide is it does improve health markers. You know what I mean? Cholesterol panel. That. But it is good that blood sugar.
Yes. See, you
do like post show, it's good because it's going to keep your insulin sensitivity.
Yes.
Well, so it's I think it's going to keep obviously the food noise out, but I think it is good to run. It depends on the person. Like Mike was saying, if Mike was my client, I would say probably pull it. You know what I mean? It's person dependent. If it makes you feel not great and you're sensitive and you're I don't really like this, and don't do it. You know what I mean? But
you could break down the science and why somebody should be using it, not be using it. Other motherfuckers is just I'm gonna just.
No, yeah. They don't even know why they're using it. They don't even know. They're just Nick Walker used it. Okay.
I just signed on a client 2 weeks ago, and I sent out the questionnaire. It has your questions on it, if you are enhanced, what are you using? All this, blah, 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 blah. I sent him his meal plans, his training plans, and he struggled the first couple of weeks to get all of his meals in, his baseline. Yeah. And so he finally messages me the other day. He's like, I got to be real with you. It's been hard to get meals in, but I'm running this retatrutide. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, how much are you running it at? He's like 3 milligrams a week out the gate.
Jesus,
that's the shit I'm talking about.
Out of the gate,
right?
Out the gate. No protocols. Didn't just did it.
That's what I mean. We are of people of the industry. We understand what's going on. It's one thing for us to be trying stuff, but other people, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah. And I mean, this guy's just a lifestyle client, right? He's never eaten 4 meals a day in his life. He's never, he just hears about this new drug and he sources it from somewhere, God knows where, and just sees a protocol online and 3 milligrams, here we go.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it's wild. Crazy out there. So how was it being at the O this year, Nate?
That was a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, you guys didn't actually do you watch the show from the Airbnb?
Yeah. So honestly, like we just really went. We went to Luke's show, obviously, which was Wednesday. So I watched the amateur Olympia. That was fun. Really, really nice venue. It was like everything was in a different part. Where the Luke show was at, I don't even think that's where the main show was at. And like the expo had obviously like prejudging for like classic and 212 and like all those kind of things. And then the main show I think was at a whole different event center or whatever. We Wednesday watched Luke. That was dope. Obviously he's got pro card. That was sick. Everything couldn't have gone more perfectly. And then we just sort of like went to the mall, which is like really dope. It was like totally different. They had like the sky on the top that looked real, like a fish tank, huge fish tank in there, and just like more like Vegas stuff. It's not like a normal mall. You know what I mean? It's like crazy, like extra. And like we went into that like crazy like clothing shop, something culture. I don't know. Everyone knows that place is dope, man. They have like literally like 200 hats, like all the way up to like this huge ceiling, and just like everything's like extra, like crazy, like so many shirts, so many like jerseys, like everything you could think of. Like it's like Champs, like on crack. You know what I mean? Like time to time. So it's like insane. Really nice place to shop though. It's like we would all go shopping there like every week. You know what I mean? Like a dope place. Jordans, all that. You know what I mean? Every kind of Jordan you think of, and just
Vegas is always dope.
Oh, it's crazy. Everything's extra, But no, the show we just watched at the Airbnb. Just because it's so expensive, you know what I mean? I already had to pay for like Luke's, like his show and stuff like that, and like tickets are like $800 to $1,000 or whatever just for like Friday night prejudging, and that's like probably not even a great seat either. You know what I mean?
So, it ain't. Man, listen, man. I remember, man, because I had some of my friends that came out to see me. I said, look, if you don't got a ticket, I ain't gonna feel no type of way. I'm glad you just came.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that you even just came, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But the expo was dope. We walked around the expo, saw a bunch of people there. It was honestly a little bit, I feel like it was a little bit down this year. Like it wasn't like huge. Like I've been to the Arnold Expo, and just going off of what everyone told me from past Olympia expos, it was still big. It was still an event, but it was like there were some like blank spots, which you would normally would be like super full. You know what I mean? So I know it is very expensive for companies. A lot of companies are stopped doing that because it's like, okay, what's the ebb and flow? Like, pros and cons. Like they're not really getting the return as far as how much they're spending for one of those booths. But like, dude, Raw, their booth was literally like, it was insane, dude. They must have spent like $100,000 on it. Like no joke. Like it was
easily.
like it looked like the size of like 5 or 6 booths, you know what I mean? And it was like you go inside, you could watch. They had this whole thing that was built in there, you know what I mean? Like they some of these like I don't know if you guys been to an expo, but some of them like they build this crazy stuff, and it's like like Young LA is one of them, and like I think Bang one year at the Arnold was like crazy, and just like super extra. Like you go in there and just like they have so much stuff going on inside of it, and it's like you could get lost in the Raw like booth, you know what I mean? It was like huge, and you could watch the expo stage, like the 212 from like you could pay, and then Raw had like this thing that was like up above in a balcony part of their booth. It was like insane. And then Jim Reapers had a crazy booth too that was like massive. And obviously, you see a bunch of people walking around. Like we were talking like Jordan Hutchinson and Hunter and Quentin we ran into, and just like the Joe Palacios was massive, bro. Just running into people we obviously know. Honestly, I was surprised I didn't run into more people that I knew. Like I feel like I go to nationals and I know everyone's down there at Dallas Nationals. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, you see everyone that like from Instagram and stuff. And we saw Beatty actually, and those dudes. Justin Compton was with him, and just seeing a bunch of familiar faces that you guys all know. So it was cool. And then the show, like we said, just posted up. It was just comfortable. We're just on our couch and just us. And then we got cigars like the Saturday night, so it was just
the Olympia is a vibe. It's a whole vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what gyms did you go to and train when you were there?
Oh yeah, so for real, New Tech gym was amazing, bro.
Yeah,
it was funny because we almost didn't go to the New Tech gym because we train at Derek's, me and Luke, and we're like all New Tech. We're like, oh, like what's the point? It's all New Tech. Well, luckily we ended up going because it was literally half New Tech and then half old stuff, and the old stuff was money, bro. Like, they had Flex, Nautilus, Body Masters, Icarian, you name it, they pretty much had it, like Cybex. So like,
and they had like the original of like two of those, right? Right.
So they had like the old Cybex, hamstring curl, seated hamstring curl. They had the old Nautilus, chain driven, lying hamstring curl.
Yeah.
They had like everything that you could, like old back pieces that were like sick, like from Strive had a really good one. I don't know if you saw Sean Clarita's story, but he posted some of their stuff, and such good equipment there. And then, so that was probably my favorite gym. It was huge too, so it wasn't like overcrowded. It was super busy, but not overcrowded because it was so massive. That's probably where I
to make it to Flex. Did you go to Dragon's Lair?
So we didn't go to Dragon's Lair only because of based off of what people were telling us. It's sort of like overhyped and very busy and
it was little as hell.
Yeah.
And when I went in there, the Brazilians took over. It was unfucking believable, bro. Like you couldn't sit down anywhere. You couldn't find a fucking dumbbell. Everybody had a tripod, fucking camera.
That's sort of what the word was. Yeah, that was a little bit. It wasn't really worth it, essentially. So because we went to Torture Gym. That was sick. Small but very nice equipment. Like they had a lot of New Tech. They had some of that Mega Mass stuff. Oh my god, that's one of the best back pieces I've used. The Mega Mass.
Did you get to use the row thing?
Yeah. That thing was funny, bro.
Which one is that? Is that the like the chest supported one?
Yeah. Like the one you see like Jordan and Justin Wyatt always using.
The pro one or like the seated one?
The seated one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you sort of tuck yourself in, and it's like pad like on your lower. But then it's nice because it doesn't dig into your chest like a normal T-bar. You know what I mean? It doesn't you don't feel any discomfort. It's honestly so good. I was actually surprised how good that thing was. And then they had another Mega Mass piece that was really good. A row that you could do like one arm rows too with it.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, so I was actually really impressed with that stuff. And then so Torture was sick. I would definitely go back there. Just a little bit small, like I said, but really good equipment. And then we went to what's the pink one that like Jay's always promoting?
Shit.
Like Fit Club or
Fit Club.
Yeah, Fit Club.
That was pretty sweet. Fit Club is nice. We went there, and they had a really nice posing room too, and they had really good equipment. Like same idea, they had a mixture of like the old stuff and that. So that was cool. And you obviously at some of these gyms you see some of the pros and stuff like that. So that was cool. And and then also too at Luke's show where it's at the hotel essentially. There was whatever that hotel's called. They had that outside gym, bro. It was crazy. They had like New Tech, the brand new Arsenal line, which is actually a lot better than the older Arsenal stuff. So Arsenal came out with a whole new line now.
It looks like they took all the fucking the Nautilus Explode pieces and just redesigned them as Arsenal.
Yeah. It's way better though, honestly, than the old Arsenal stuff.
Yeah,
so
way better.
They had a lot of Mega Mass stuff there on display, so we didn't actually get to train there, but it was cool. They had the outside gym, and it was like, dude, it was like a dream gym. They just like put outside. It was like pretty damn cool. But I'm really impressed with that Mega Mass stuff because I didn't get to use it, but I get to watch like the outside. You could see the outside gym, and they had a really good chest stuff and like a press. You know what I mean? Like that was really nice and converged. And then I got to use some at the expo, which was pretty cool. They had all this different gym equipment companies there. So they had like, you know what I mean? Like New Tech had a booth and stuff with all their equipment. And then you had Arsenal and all these ones. And I was really impressed with Bolt. So like Bolt is like a newer company, I think, but they're American made.
Yeah, I've seen Terrence
Hunter and Terrence are all about them.
Yeah, they started off as more just like more like Rogan, like more like garage type stuff, and then just expanded. And their stuff now looks really, really good.
So the quality is way better than what it used to be. They like revamped their whole, like you were saying. Like I've used their older stuff, and it was like good, but it was like knockoff feely.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff is like really, really good, sturdy. Like you can tell it's American made, like steel. You know what I mean? Like, and their shoulder press was so nice. I used their shoulder press just like a little bit, and then they had like another row, sort of like the Mega Mass row.
Yeah.
And they had all these handles, and like the handles turned, and it was like I was actually really impressed with Bolt. So they're a company I want to see more of, hopefully at some of these gyms. But it was cool to see like all this equipment that like I was literally in my head like building my dream gym. Like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, piecing stuff out.
Yeah. So that was cool. But overall, yeah, it was a good time, and obviously Luke crushed it, bring home the pro card. So that was sick.
That was dope, man. I mean, especially the picture. He's not on yet. Where the fuck is he at? Probably eating right now.
That's what I'm saying.
We seen Ransom was already eating.
Oh, look at this guy.
Look at this
Here we
guy.
go. These nuts, and brother Chris just hopped on.
Officer Chris.
Officer Chris.
Pantano.
License and registration.
Yes.
You should have put aviators on.
He said license and registration.
I have a pair of aviators I do rock from time to time.
You know, but it was dope to see Luke get that pro card, man. Because I mean, you know, it's so hard to get, man. And then to see the picture he posted today, of him in them fucking board shorts,
Man, I was like, I didn't know you came from Mankini. What the fuck?
Yeah, bro. Like,
I can relate.
You couldn't have told me. You couldn't have told me that was the same fucking guy.
Right?
For sure. Yeah.
Dude, Ranson, I just looked at you and I'm like, who the fuck is this? And then I'm like, oh shit. I have a shitty mustache and you got rid of the goatee.
Yeah, man. Ernst didn't win me the bet, so I had to fucking get rid of this thing. I gotta go a fucking month like this too. So
damn.
Yeah.
Well,
it's all right. I was a big loser this weekend too.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I was all fucked up with the.
I don't think any of our picks fucking came anywhere close.
You know
That's
what?
why I always say it's interesting to see when they all get on stage. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really impressed with Andrew Jack and Hottie. Really impressed.
Well, dude, it's all about this. Just goes to show you, it's all about the peak, man. All these dudes are nasty and great bodybuilders, but it's all about who nails it on that day, man. Like, obviously, Nick was way off, so there you go. Like, that's another, like, you know, if you're not on, bro, you're down in 6th place now, and you're one of the best bodybuilders in the world, you know.
And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what do you think? What do you think happened to Nick? Because I am curious as to, dude, like, what the fuck?
They should have never got that big. They should have just literally, hey, Pittsburgh worked. Yeah. Do that. Just do that again. Like, why do you have to like go?
Dude, what me and Mike saw in New York, dude. If he came in like New York, he would have been 1 or 2.
Dude, Nick in New York, fucking perfect.
There he
is.
Hey, man. What's up,
still got the die face a little bit there, big dude.
Yeah, bro. I'm hanging on, bro. I'm hanging on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we was just talking about your motherfucking ass. We talked your motherfucking ass up.
Let's hear the synopsis of the weekend. Let's hear the story.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy, bro. It was such a good week. Like, I got out there Sunday. It was just me and Nick. And then Nate, my brother, and Nick's girlfriend came down Tuesday morning. And I was on stage Wednesday. We really didn't do much. Like, the peak was perfect, bro. But we really didn't change much because I was, like, ready. So, like, I was drinking. I didn't take out any injectables. I didn't take out any GH. Everything stayed in. I was drinking 2.5 gallons of fluid every day. Monday, we scaled it back to 2. Tuesday, scaled it back to 5 liters. All that we did on Tuesday was literally just like pull protein down a little bit, push carbs up a little bit, scaled the water back to 5 liters, and I took a 1/6 of an HCTZ at like 2 p.m. And that was money. That was perfect. And it was huge. It was huge having Nate there because like he was watching me in person, and then I was on the phone with Blue after every meal. I'd send pictures. And like exactly what they both like what Blue was seeing was exactly what Nate was seeing in person. So it like gave me this confidence that like, okay, they're on the same page. And then like when Nate would make a recommendation, Blue was already on it, or when Blue would make a recommendation, Nate was already like, yeah, I would have done the same thing. So, and it just gave me this like this like security and this confidence going into the show, like a really calm like headspace, which is super important. Because I wasn't really tweaking out that I was like,
Oh, you're nice and
you know, yeah, I was because they just even though because when you're eating that many carbs, you start to feel a little more watery or like you're gonna spill. But like they knew that like I flatten out a lot overnight. Like I'll drop 8-9 pounds overnight.
Yeah.
So they knew that like I had to push harder at night. So I woke up and I wasn't flat. I needed because I was on stage at 9 a.m. So I was up at like 4:35. And if I woke up flat and had to push food hard that morning, then it wouldn't have been great for my stomach. So it was just like a perfect peak, man. Everything felt really, really good. The hardest part is like that I always stress out about is just trying to nail your timing backstage because you're lying down, you're kicking your feet up, you're trying to chill, and then they're like, supers, like get glazed and put it in, and they're like yelling at you, and you're like, oh fuck, and you're running, and then you get back there, you're glazed up, you're ready to go, and middleweights are on.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, come on, bro. And like now I want to lie back down and chill because I've got like I'll do like a little 4-ounce fluid with like 40 grams of carbolin and some salt in there that I drink like while I pump up. And that's all I got. And now I'm fucking adrenaline rushing. I got this little bit of fluid and shit that I like started to sip, and I'm not on for fucking 30 minutes. But I knew I was on, so I was like super eager to like get out there before I lost it. And that was like honestly, that's the part I hate the most is just trying to time that shit. But everything went really, really well, man. I'm really like happy with the way the look came together. They only gave us 20 seconds for our fucking individual, which was fucking like I pose when I pose like by myself, I like pose like kind of poised and controlled, so I could feel myself rushing. And like when I got off stage after my individual, I was like, oh man, I fucked up, dude. Like I fucked up. And then we called this back out for call outs. They moved me right to the middle, and I didn't move the whole time, which felt really fucking good. But it was even number of guys. So I was split center with the guy that won Canadian Nationals. So I was like, oh, I didn't really know. But from all the feedback I got from, people in the crowd, they pretty much said that I had it. So I felt confident going into finals. And then I lost the overall to the heavyweight. But I wasn't even mad about it, man, because that dude's he's done over 25 shows. That was my 5th show ever, bro.
That's what I was about to say. Overalls are hard to get,
dude.
dog. Yeah. Like, I mean, you know what I love though is I love how bodybuilding is becoming more talked about in the space in regards to like the closer you get to shows, you don't really got to do too much fucking shit. You just keep shit the same. Like
it's all a marketing. It's all a marketing fucking gimmick, bro. If you're peeled before your show and you look good, why would you? I didn't want to change anything. Like I was nervous. I was because if all of a sudden I knew I was ready.
Yeah,
I knew I was ready. So like if all of a sudden he's like, all right, we're gonna do this, 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 and this, that's all different. I would have been nervous that something would go wrong.
Yeah.
I just wanted to hold it and cruise in and just fill out a little bit. And we were all on the same page, which is huge, which is why to everyone out there listening, like, first of all, have a good circle of people that you trust, but stick with a fucking coach. Stick with a fucking coach. It's these guys, everyone puts so much. People act like these coaches have this missing thing. Bro, it's all chicken and rice. It's all testosterone. It's all the same shit. It's just understanding like what your specific body needs or what your body type needs, which only comes from time with a coach. So I've been with Blue now for 4.5 years. Like he knew what my body, like last year we made some mistakes going into USAs. We pulled the growth hormone. We pulled this out. We pulled that. I'm a big frame. I flattened out. I look like shit. Right?
Yeah.
We knew I didn't need that this year. Some guys need it, but like you don't know until you go through that process.
Different strokes for different folks.
Man.
That's what I say all the time. I've been with my coach since 2018.
I think that's one thing we learned at North Americans, man, because like we pull growth and stuff like mainly to make sure I was kind of make weight. But I think that it was part of me flattening out like I did too, especially my upper body. My legs were fine. My legs were.
It's gonna be the body parts that you struggle with. Like for me, my legs they disappear.
My arms and like my chest, it like just like definitely flattened out. And I think that's one thing like I will definitely talk with Cameron with going into nationals, but I think that's like pulling growth is not something we need to do this time, just because like
I never pulled it.
I was pretty much ready, with it anyway. So
Yeah,
all we really had to do was just like drop like water just a little bit of what we were intaking, and I would have been fine, because I'm the same as you, Luke. I drop a lot overnight.
Yeah, Luke. Whatever you and Blue did from Tuesday into Wednesday, just looking at you from like your back double by and like your back lat spread, I'm like, as long as he fills out the legs, which are fucking, dude, you guys fucking nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
I was really happy, man. It was funny because like Blue was telling me on the phone, he was having all these people call him like, whatever the fuck you just did with Luke over the last 48 hours. He's like, I want that fucking protocol. So like, but it was cool. Like one of the coolest things, man, for like the longest time, bro. Like my thing has been, good structure, good flow, no legs, right? No legs. You need more legs. I got off stage after I won my pro card and I talked to Bill Sibilia, and he literally said I had good legs. I was completely balanced. Good structure, good flow, good waistline for a super heavyweight. He was like, literally, the only thing that I need is more tissue because I've got a big structure.
Yeah.
And so, like, that is like a really exciting thing. Like I said, I just turned 28 at the end of August. That was my fifth show ever. I was 247 pounds on stage. Like, all I have now is time. And I don't have any like structural flaws like that I have to overcome, like some funky body parts or a wide waist, or it's literally just more tissue. Which if I spend another decade eating and taking gear and training, there's no way I don't put on more tissue, right?
Sure.
So, 5-10 pounds each year, and all of a sudden I'm 270 plus on stage in the pros in like a couple years, and trying to make a first call out, and maybe one day get to the O. Like, who the fuck knows what can happen now? You know what I mean?
Good to
like,
hear that you understand the patience that comes with it, man. Because one thing for me and myself moving forward, and what I'm a preach to a lot of people is first you gotta like doing this shit. This is an expensive ass fucking hobby, whether you're an amateur or a pro.
You gotta love doing this shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
you can't just like it. You gotta love it.
You gotta love it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always gonna love you back. You know what I'm saying? It's not always gonna love you back. And it's cool to hear you understand that it's gonna take some patience. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no knock on anybody who's confident in their abilities to win and things like that, right? Because we're supposed to be confident, you know what I'm saying? But bodybuilding's a tricky sport. Like we just saw it at the O, dog. Like, I mean, depending on who shows up, a lot of things change. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Luke, I gotta ask you this.
Yeah.
How, because I know this like fucked with me for a while. How much of a relief is it knowing just the jump from amateur to pro, knowing year after year you're not trying to get that pro status?
Bro, that was exactly what I was about to say. Yeah. The good feeling is like okay, so like I put a lot of pressure on myself. I'm our competitor, whatever. We all do to a degree. I set out to be pro by 30. I got it a couple of years earlier than I wanted to. Great. The thing that's really feels like a weight off your shoulders is every show I've entered in my career as an amateur, I've either been a favorite or expected to do well, right? Yeah. So regardless, there is that like underlying fear and pressure of like, what if I shit the bed and get fucking, 10th place, right? Whereas like now, like let's say I go and I'm gonna do my pro debut next year. I haven't picked a show yet, but I know I'm gonna get on stage next year. I'm going to go stand on stage with the best bodybuilders in the fucking world. If I take last place at my pro debut, who the fuck cares? My pro debut, I'm going to be 28, 29 years old, and I'm losing to professionals because you can talk shit, but guess what? I'm still a professional bodybuilder.
But guess what?
You're not.
Nobody who understands the sport's going to talk shit.
Exactly.
People who talk shit are people who don't like you.
Cutler fucking was his first his first show, he probably was almost like dead last.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
But like,
So-
bro, if I'm out there losing, because this is one of the things I said this to Nate out there, like that was like super like surreal for me. Is like, you know, I go to New Tech Gym the next day. I'm talking to guys like Hunter and Quentin and these people, and they're like dropping things about my debut, and I'm like, oh my god, bro, like I'm stepping on stage with these guys now, right?
Yeah.
Like this is who I compete against now, right?
Yeah.
When your
And it's the
idols
most
become your rivals.
it's the most fucked up like thing. At the end of the day, bro, if I'm getting smacked around by Quentin and Hunter and whoever the fuck else, I don't care, bro.
It's gonna be a good
Like
feeling.
what? At least I'm up there, bro. I just want to be happy with the way that I look. Whereas, so like, there's really no pressure. There's only upside. Like, if I'm losing every pro show, I'm still a pro, and if I'm not, then that's just upside. And so, like, my goal now is I'm a nobody again, right? Judges don't know who I am. So when shows come out and they see Luke Pritchard, they don't know which one of those motherfuckers on stage is me, right?
Yeah.
So step one is get them to recognize my name and put a face to my name. And then from there, like I said, just keep adding
Love
a
that.
couple pounds of muscle each year
Love
to the
that, man.
point where
I
like
mean, because
they
you
can't deny me at a certain point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yes. Yes.
Luke,
I love
But there's
that.
no
I was gonna say, Ashlyn overheard what you said, and she said that's like the best mindset to have.
Facts.
But she was saying like when she
100%.
won, you know, she won the overall at USA's in 2018, and now that then she went and did Legion. And she's like, I'm on stage with fucking Olympians.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
she actually competed with Michaela Aycock when she did her last women's physique show.
That's
That's
great.
what I'm saying. Like, Luke, like, think about it. Like, you know, at the end of the day, you can do a bodybuilding show anywhere in the world.
I
Yeah.
know, bro. Yeah, when I got off stage, this was like one of the first things too. Obviously, Nate just lived all this with me, so he's all heard all this shit. But, but like, I got off stage and like, I was already tripping out, like trying to like, I'm holding this fucking card in my hand, and I'm like, just like, I don't even know where the fuck I'm at. And then some like Mexican motherfuckers are coming up to me talking about like broken English, talking about a pro show, this, that, and the third, showing me prize money. Turned out to be the promoters for the Mexican pro show next weekend. And they were trying to get me to do their show. And like, I was like, whoa. Cause like first of all, the prize money is good. They're paying out like 50 grand for the winner or something like that, 30 for second. Like, it's like good money.
Damn.
And they're like showing me the prize money. And then they're talking
Open's
about
where
like,
it's at.
then they're talking about like booking me a flight and stuff. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, hold up. I was like,
Brush up
This
brush
is-
up on your Spanish, my friend.
I was like, this is what I'm doing
Tranquilo.
now. Like, it was such like a weird like moment of like, oh my god, like first of all, there's money involved now. Second of all, like I have people coming to me asking me to do their show.
Man, wait till
Like,
you do. You know how you said
Crazy.
you're sitting backstage and they say supers get glazed up. It's way different as a pro, bro. Like literally,
Yeah.
they are there for you. They're not trying to rush you. They're asking you, what do you need?
It's
It's
so
a
bro.
total different vibe backstage, bro. It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Man, that sounds nice.
it
I know,
definitely is. It was definitely interesting my first time. You know, I'm used to being hollered at. You know what I'm
Bro.
saying?
Yeah.
Because there's so many retarded ass amateurs that like they'll like, I don't even know, bro. Some guy, thank God I made a quick $100. Some guy didn't even have trunks.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Some guy didn't have trunks. He had to buy. I had an extra pair of trunks in my bag, so I sold it to him, and he just sent me $100. Like some of these guys are just dumb as bricks, bro. Like they'll just like they do this whole, and then like it's time to go on stage, and they're like outside hanging out. So like, I understand why it's like the expediters and shit, and the people backstage, they're like fucking like they got to be like over the top.
Mhm.
But when you're a normal human being and you're there ready to compete, like
Yeah.
You're locked
it's
in.
fucking it's like it will fuck you up, bro. So like I can't wait for that, dude, because that's honestly one of my most stressful parts about getting on stage is like the last 20 minutes is like trying, because I've messed that up so many times where like I pump up and then I flatten out and then I drank my like little pre-pump or ate like a whatever I ate and
It's gonna be
now
way
I'm flat
different now,
again
bro.
and now I got to
Different
do it
ball
again
game.
and then I'm sweating and then Then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to wait. And then they're like, okay, you're on stage now. And then I jump on the ground and do 20 push-ups and I get on stage and I'm breathing heavy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't ever time it right.
You know what else
So,
is cool too? Now when
yeah,
you're backstage, you'll literally just be able to talk to everybody you've been a fan of.
I know. That's crazy, bro.
Dead ass, bro. Like that
That's
shit.
crazy.
I'm you know what I'm saying? Like backstage talking to I'm just regularly talking to Nick, Derek, Terry.
Yeah. That's what
You know what I'm
Nate was
saying?
telling
Just
me. Like
shooting the
that's what
shit.
Nate was telling me. Like when we were out there, like he knows all these guys, obviously, because he competed with them. So he's like, it's just cool. Like you're backstage and you guys are, I mean, you're peers now. You know what I mean? Which is wild. But man, it was.
Yeah, because now you most likely you're gonna see all these guys we've been talking about.
Oh, it's so crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not gonna feel real for a long time, and then I'm gonna do my debut, and I'm gonna have these same feelings. You know what I mean? Like it hit me, bro. And I told some of you guys this like off air, but like it was when I got my pro card, it was such like a up and down moment because I win supers, but when you win supers, you don't win your card yet, right?
Yeah.
You have to take top 3 in the overall. So I win supers, and I kind of knew when I won supers that okay, like I said, if I lose to a middleweight, I'm gonna just retire anyways. So like I kind of knew that I had it, but like they don't give you a lot of time because I was super sub in the last class. So I get off stage and they rush me off and they rush me back on for the overall. And then they're all like, well, this is what we came here for. So now I'm like all hyped up, like, okay, overall, let's go. Like I want the whole thing. So now like the competitor in me is like back in it. And they moved me from the outside to the middle with the heavyweight. The heavyweight stayed in the middle the whole time. I never quite got into the center with him. I split. And so I kind of knew once they finished that like he probably got me. So they called me for second, but they announced it like and new IFBB Pro. I didn't even hear that shit. I didn't. I was just mad that I lost. So like the competitor in me was pissed. I was like, fuck, I didn't fucking win, right? So like I like was upset. Like I was like, yo, fuck this. And they hand me a pro card and the guy's like, welcome to the league. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, get out of my face. And I didn't actually say that.
I can read your face too.
I didn't actually say that, but that's what was going on in my head. And so then the other guy wins the overall and he has his moment and whatever, and it's super cool. And then they kind of escort us off stage so he can take all the pictures and stuff. And I was like pissed. And then I get off stage and like all the judges are there. All these people are at the bottom of the stairs. All the competitors are there. Like, welcome to the league. Like, over the moon. Like, shaking my hand, giving me hug. And I look in my hand and I got a fucking pro card. And then it hit me. And I was like, oh, shit. I'm a fucking pro. Like, what the fuck? And I literally could feel my heart rate, like, skyrocket. And I was, like, walking back and forth. I was like, fucking, oh, my God, oh, my God, oh, my God. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And then I came out and, like, Nick was fucking crying. And then I was fucking crying. And then I get Nate a hug and we're all fucking crying. And I'm like, holy shit. And it was, like, this crazy. I call Blue. I'm crying to Blue like a little girl. Like, it was like this crazy whirlwind of emotions, and it happened so fast. And I'm getting like interviewed by this lady, and all these people are. It's just like it was crazy, but
it's a surreal feeling,
bro. It was funny at first because it didn't hit me. I was like actually pissed I didn't win the overall, and then like it took all these people kind of coming up to me to realize like, yeah, you still won, bro. You still, you know,
you just didn't win the overall, but you
so
brother.
It was crazy though, but it really was like as good of a week as I could have asked for, man. Like I had such a good group of people with me there. Everything went really, really smooth. Everything from the travel to the show to the peak to the expo to everything, man. It was super cool. Like it's something I won't forget forever. So,
well, not only did you win your pro card, Luke, you won the fucking my money. And you seem to have won predictions in this group as well. So
fucking
won
that's what I'm talking
about.
You had a pretty good talk.
So wait a minute. Let me ask y'all this question though, right? How do you feel about first, second, and third?
So I'll say this. I'm I'm not a huge Derek fan, but I have been in comment sections for the last 48 hours telling these fair weather fucking fans why they are wrong. It's crazy.
Bro, it's actually wild how
Mike, I've
stupid
been doing
people
the
are.
same thing. How can Mr. Olympia have biceps like that? I'm like, it's not a bicep
my God.
competition.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, Lee Haney said this. So why is it that an 8-time Mr. Olympia is saying this and the judges doing this? I'm like, you realize
If it was just about a bicep, fucking Nick would win every time.
that's what I said. I'm like, if it was a bicep competition, Nick Walker would win. Rolly Winkler would have been Mr. Olympia back then.
Right.
And I was like, Lee Haney is a legend bodybuilder. He's not a fucking judge. And they had like 12 people judging that show that were right there. They're going to see things that we can't see from pictures or video that doesn't translate.
And it's irrelevant anyway because everyone has fucking weaknesses on their frame, on their body structure.
Yeah,
no one is
ultimately,
no one is 100%
you could flip a
perfect.
coin. You could flip a coin, and if you switch 1, 2, and 3, we're all still gonna have the same argument, no matter who wins. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could go back and forth with, who should have won, who you think is better. It really just comes down to what the judges felt like that day.
Yeah, but I want to chime in real quick though, because like honestly, the annoying part is though, like let's say if Hadi won, there would not be as nearly as much like controversy or argument because dude, everyone. Let's just be honest. We've already heard this discussion leading up to Olympia, but a lot of people just don't like Derek, plain and simple. Yeah. So, but the problem is people can't take their emotional bias out of bodybuilding, which is very annoying. Because like even on you guys probably saw my story leading up to the show, I was even saying people had Derek in 5th. It's like, bro, how do you have this guy that literally won the 212, the Open, beat Mr. Olympia in the spring? You have him in 5th. Like that's just like,
bro, the worst he has ever done is 3rd at the Olympia where he shit the bed.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst. Like that's crazy.
Well, like people just don't want him to win. Problem, you know what I mean? And like even if he was a little off and he still won, people wouldn't argue as nearly as much or like be in gripe about it because they just don't want to see Derek win. So they're just like in the comment section, like Andrew or Hadi, if they won, like honestly, people wouldn't have been nearly as like upset or like going off in the comments, making these posts or this because I mean, let's say Hadi won, you could literally just be like, then post pictures of his leg imbalance and be like, it's the same idea with Derek's like or whatever, you know. But people aren't going to do that because they like Hadi, people like Andrew, you know what I mean? And unfortunately,
Derek Hadi win the People's Champ.
Yeah. People
it also has to do with, like I said before, too. Like when you do win everything, everyone roots for you to lose. Yeah. And then you partner that with the fact that like he doesn't portray himself. He's not as likable online, you could say, as some of the other guys might be.
I don't pay attention to him that much. I don't get why people don't like him, but I don't really pay him any attention like to whether
I mean,
like
dude, that's how it should be though. As a body, like when it comes to bodybuilding placings, it doesn't fucking matter what you're like as a person. It matters what you look like on stage in a man thong, and like if you're better than everybody else, you win. And he was better than everybody else by bodybuilding criteria. Like he just was.
I mean, if you want to look at his track record, he literally won 212 a bunch of times, won Mr. Olympia, and then he came and pulled the Jay Cutler and won his fucking title back. Won Arnold Classic. Like
you want to know what's wild?
Previous Mr. Olympia twice in 1 year.
Bro, you want to know what's crazy too? He's only done other than the Arnold in the Olympia. He's only done one open bodybuilding pro show, which is the Pittsburgh Pro. Like he won that.
Look,
obviously,
people forget. I don't, because he was one of my favorites when I was an amateur. He did the hat trick his first year. He won USA's. Then he won the Tampa Pro. And then he placed top 5 in his first Olympics. So that right there made him
legendary.
But then he went through the troubles of the 212 to eventually win that. Then jump to the Open, win that. Then win the Triple Crown. The 3 biggest shows in 1 year.
That's insane.
I mean, he could retire right now and say,
he would be a legend.
Yeah, but people still want to act like there's a rivalry between him and Nick, or like it's close or like
he doesn't
there's
even
not.
have to do anything else besides win a couple more Mr. Olympias.
Yeah.
If you ask
Nick
me.
hasn't beat him.
What the hell was that?
He got upset.
Well,
What happened to Luke? He's just like, and then that's it. He's just gone.
He's like, I'm out.
Nothing to avoid.
Dude, Derek deserves a little bit of flowers because, like, even if you don't like him or not, like, look what he did. Like, okay, he peaked for 3 shows first of all, and also he brought up his legs in that meantime. Like, look at the leg size and the difference that he did, like from the Arnold.
That was incredibly impressive, Nate.
Now, like, he literally almost
impressive.
looks like he doubled his quad size. You know?
Why
what I mean?
don't y'all listen to me? Why
Because we're
don't
not.
you?
Hey, because we're
Why
not
don't
there.
you
We're
listen
not
to me?
there. We don't
I
see it every day.
so you don't trust me, bro. What's up with that? I told you. I told you. I told you, bro. I
started as
saw,
a men's physique guy. That's why.
bro.
Yeah,
That's fair.
We're gonna
Honestly,
get to your board shorts.
honestly, that's fair, bro. Those pictures have been in the archive for years, bro. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that. We go
I
weird.
had Derek second, by the way, for myself. So I'm covered. And I made a post before the show even happened about Derek. You know what I mean? Like placing very high because, like I was saying, people have 5th for predictions. I'm like, bro, you guys are crazy. Like no one's even ever like came close to beating this dude, and he was off. The frustrating part is he was off one time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like that's the only time he was off.
And let me tell you, if a lot of these other guys were as off as he was at that Olympia, they'd be a lot lower than 3rd fucking place.
Right.
Agreed.
Like the fact that he was as shitty as he was and still 3rd in the world is impressive.
Yeah.
So like that, if that tells you anything, that tells you like it's going to be hard for him to be any lower than 3rd. But people still were placing him like 4th, 5th, and whatever. And it just didn't make it. Just didn't make it.
I think it's because like people, like Derek's one of those people who he still doesn't get like a super sunken in death face.
No, bro, 100%.
So people like see that and they're like, he's not in shape. There's no
Bro,
way.
I was telling,
but he never has every show, and he still comes in peeled.
Yes,
and people don't want to.
There's something weird, bro. There's something about him.
They forget about it every show. Like, oh, they forgot about last show where he won and he didn't have a death face. Like, oh, he's out of shape. Look at his face.
There's something about him, bro. It's not even just his face. It's like his whole body. Like I saw him in the gym. Like he even still kind of looks like chubby, but then like he hits a pose and everything's feathers and strides.
It's fucking morphed.
Yeah, and it's just like that's just genetic. And so like that's the thing when you know that someone is like that, bro. Like you're not gonna have to worry. Like Derek's glutes are gonna be in, his quads are gonna feather. Like these are just things that are just gonna be like, and then it just comes down to like managing his fullness and things like that, and whatever. His legs were a big thing, which is exactly what. Because I remember talking to him like when he was like 5-6 weeks out, and he was like, "I want to suffer more." Like Chris was like feeding him, and he was like, Chris really wanted to focus on just keeping his leg size, and I was just like, yeah, like obviously, like just like trust that and trust that he knows what he's doing, and it worked. But like there was a period of time where like his food was higher than he wanted it to be, and at like 6-7 weeks out, he wasn't really like suffering. Then he pushed hard at the end to get everything to come together, but it worked for him because that was what he needed, was to manage that leg fullness. It wasn't like what Samson or Andrew needed to get inside out peeled. He needed to manage that fullness. So like you got to understand that not everyone is trying to play to the same strengths. Like everyone's got different things that they need to work on. So Derek didn't need to get in necessarily better condition. He needed to bring a more balanced physique, which he did.
So let me ask you this question. So what do you guys think was the issue with Samson? Because he was noticeably smaller. And my question is, especially for like, all right, you Nate, all you open guys, do you think that it was he might have took his foot off the pedal and didn't keep up with the amount of food he needed to eat to keep the size he had from last year?
I think Samson I don't think Samson lost any muscle. I just think that he just over dieted and just depleted to try to pull out that conditioning, and it went against him.
Yeah.
It's kind of
He
like
tried to come in too lean and like super sharp.
Yeah.
When you're a big body like that, like this happens to me too. When you push really hard, you eventually hit this point where like your metabolism just like turns all the way up, and you can just burn through food, and it's hard to get anything to stick.
So I have a theory about. Sorry, go ahead, Luke.
Well, I'm sure that like the whole focal point was all right, whatever it takes to get inside out, and then he probably just didn't feed enough towards the end there, like kind of keep things in control. And I'm sure it got to a point where like everything he ate just went right through him, and he just was small and flat. And bro, like I said this to Nate, like when we were watching it, like he just looked like sad on stage, and like
how much of
very
a
like
difference in his weight you think it was? Like how much smaller you think it was?
maybe like 15 pounds, bro.
Yeah,
Like something substantial, bro. When you look at the most musculars that Nate said from,
the arms and
that
legs,
was
bro.
insane.
Yeah,
The difference is insane.
What's
He
crazy,
looked
like when he first
Samson
walked
from
out,
years ago.
Yeah.
when he first walked out, I was kind of blown away when he first walked out by himself.
So was
oh,
I.
Shit,
Yeah.
he
I
looks.
thought-
I was
yeah.
like, he's on. I was like, it's his show. And
Yeah.
then when he was in the
That's the
lineup,
problem,
it was pretty. When we got in the lineup, though, it was very clear the fullness wasn't there. Like he was peeled.
Yeah.
Like just that fullness and that pop that he has, like you could tell, especially as that first call out went on, like he dieted out too hard.
Yeah.
I think that was the biggest.
I was
that
going
was
to
the biggest.
piggyback on what you said, Luke. Those taller guys, including you're like yourself, Luke. Like you guys have so much surface area.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
when you get that tipping point when your metabolism just takes off, like
dude,
I mean,
it was like
who knows if Samson had like any more like fats in there to slow down until make the carbs
well,
stick.
that
You know what I mean?
exactly. That's what we had to do. So like by the end of my prep, because like I kind of hit that point, my last couple of weeks were like some of the easier weeks of my prep because I wasn't doing a ton of cardio. I was kind of alternating between like my base plan and high days. And by the end of my prep, like my base plan was probably about 200 grams of carbs. If I did like one day of like 200 grams of carbs and like 25 minutes of cardio, I'd lose like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
And then the next day we'd pull the cardio and double all the carbs, and I'd have like an added steak meal or something to kind of bring my weight back up. And then we'd kind of go low another day and I'd lose another 3-4 pounds and kind of bring the weight. And we just kind of held that. And that's why I say like I didn't really change much the last like 3 days before we started peaking. I just kind of kept my food at a spot that kind of maintained my body weight. And then we just peaked on that Tuesday. But like when your metabolism gets going and you're a bigger frame like that, like you said, more surface area, like 200 grams of carbs in like 25 minutes of cardio that's not like low food and high cardio. But I would, if I did that for like 3 or 4 days in a row, I would have withered the fuck away.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Like,
you just have to monitor it really, really closely.
Yeah.
Dude,
Speaking of big frame guys, the other big frame guy looked fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
I was so happy with that.
Andrew jacked.
Unbelievable.
Dude, I wouldn't have.
He would have won. I wouldn't have said nothing.
I wouldn't have even been mad, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said nothing if he won.
Same.
If he could just learn how to fucking pose.
That's it.
He did get better this for this show though. His posing was better than it has been.
It was. His side shots are still atrocious, but like his back shots were much better.
But,
he was struggling to open up the rear lat a little bit.
And he
But,
didn't
like,
do the stupid fucking sticking his damn tongue out this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, he was having a fucking blast though. Steve was like, "Bro, you're not guest posing, bro. Get back on the fucking line."
Yeah. You know what else I saw from Andrew that I've never seen? Some of his posing was fucking intense. Like he didn't just look like he was up there.
It's because he realized he had a shot, I think. Like
he knew he was in the mix, man.
Yeah, when he first came out, it wasn't really. And then when he realized, like, he was way more intense on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Because he knew, like, oh, I'm here. And he came out and he was like ready to go. It was like the opposite of Samson, right? Samson looked like he wanted to cry, and Andrew was like having the time of his life. But that shit shows, man. That shit like really comes through on stage. Like it makes you want to look at these dudes, you know, when they're having a good time and posing with confidence.
Talk about Chris Aceto being the coach of the year. Dude, Andrew jacked, Derek, Ramon, and even what's his face, Ali finished second in the men's physique.
Yep.
So you went 1-3 in the Open, you won the Classic, and you finished second in men's physique.
That's wild.
I personally didn't have him winning the Classic, but we'll still give him.
I personally had Terrence winning.
Dude, I thought Terrence killed it. And
because
his
Terrence's
fucking
back was just so much more just better.
And
Bro,
I
his
saw people
posing
say that they
routine
felt
was
like
Posing,
Terrence
his
wasn't
posing
on.
gives me chills. Like,
yeah, that posing routine was fucking nuts, bro. At one
I
point,
just
he
think
was
he dries
fucking.
up.
At one point, this dude was playing the violin while he was posing. I was like, how the fuck does he even do that? He's like air violin while he's hitting like a back double. I'm like, what the fuck? I was completely tripped out. He's unreal. And he was shredded. Like, he's so black, bro. It works against him, honestly.
That's
Because
what I'm saying. I think
that's what I was thinking.
he under oils himself, and when that
Yes.
he
happens,
needs
So
like,
no,
yeah,
they
you
I'm
need
see
to
him
telling
have
you,
like
some.
our skin sucks the fuck out of that oil. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I go to a show, I tell the ladies I have to get glazed twice because
Well,
once
that's
they
why.
put that first coat on me, in about a couple minutes, it's gone. I
That's
need
Gone.
why.
more.
That's why George Farrell, like, that was the one thing he was good at, was he would just fucking load up all his black dudes with like mad oil, like, so they
Yeah.
would look good on stage. But they need to come out with something to like lighten his skin tone, bro, because he's so dark, but he's so detailed. But like
Yeah,
on stage,
you can't
when
tell.
he's hitting some of those back shots, you can't see
You
it,
can't tell.
which
Yeah.
I
sucks.
wonder if like actually putting on like a coat of tan that has like a different type of hue in the base could accent
That's what
his
I'm saying.
color.
Like something to kind of like I don't even know how that shit works, but like lighten this dude up a little bit.
Well, no, you'd have to pick like a color like Pro Tan or Elite Tan or Jan Tan or something
Yeah.
like that has a different undertone. Like some of the some of the tanning has like a purple undertone.
Yeah.
That works really well on like really like white translucent skin people, but like
Right.
I like the stuff that has like a reddish undertone. Like
Yeah.
if you could do something that has like a different type of undertone and experiment with it, might actually help him look and pop more on stage.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I'm not sure. As dark skinned guys kind of,
Yeah.
I remember, did I ever tell you that story when I did my first show? I thought it was stupid to get a tan. I'm like, I'm black. I don't need a fucking tan, right? So I didn't know I needed a spray tan. And I remember if I didn't call my friend, I would have got on stage with fucking nothing. I literally would have walked on stage with nothing. But I called my homie and he was like, yeah, dude, you need the fucking spray tan. So I didn't even know it was a spray tan. I actually went to a tanning parlor and got a tan like an asshole because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And then my buddy was like, no, you need a spray tan. I'm like, what the fuck is a spray tan? He said they spray tan on you so you don't wash out under the lights. So I was like, oh, I swear I was so glad I called him, bro, because I would have been one of them dudes that showed up with just the posing trunks. Everybody
I know.
just been like, who the fuck is this?
I know some black guys that don't get anything and then they just put Pam spray on their body.
Facts. I've seen it too.
I have too.
I see that all the time.
Yeah.
I actually saw a black dude in an OCB show a long time ago. He put like that dream tan shit on.
I used that my first show ever.
Right? You can like smack it on it, and dude, like,
it makes you look like a fucking statue.
He was extremely dark skinned, like almost he had like that purple color skin, and he had like the gold bronze like statue color. And I'm like, I was like, what is this guy? Like like
what is this guy?
It's crazy.
Then my first show I ever did, I was backstage and there was one of the black guy. He was one of the middleweights. And I was like, my autistic ass, I'm like, did you go tanning or get a tan? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, why? Like, I had no clue. I'm like, why?
That was me. Because I'm like, why? I don't need a tan. I'm already fucking tanned. I don't need a fucking tan. But no, you need that shit.
That's funny as hell, bro.
Do you guys think Martin could have pushed out Samson into fifth? Because I kind of thought
100%.
I thought Martin was gonna get fourth. I thought he was better than Samson. I really do. Structurally, he was really good. I mean, granted, there's a huge size difference on the amount of muscle that they both carry.
Yeah.
And Martin fucking brought it. He was only 232 on stage.
Yeah.
And I made a post
Put
about
another
it
10 pounds on that frame.
guy adds 10, 15 pounds of muscle in the right spot.
It's gonna be scary.
deadly. He phenomenal. Like he impressed. Andrew Jack impressed me a lot. Tony O impressed me, and Martin impressed me a lot. Like those three guys really impressed me. Just because,
I like Tony.
I kind of knew they weren't going to put him in fourth because of the way the call-outs were. Like he was never really up there.
I know that. Yeah.
So like I fully expected him to be in fifth. Honestly, I think Nick being in, I think Tony or Brandon both should have beat Nick. To be honest,
I agree. I agree with that 100%. I thought Tony O was actually going to beat Nick.
Yeah, he was.
Hey,
he
but
was
at least
fucking
Nick can't
on,
talk
man.
shit to Martin about him never beating him anymore.
Yeah, exactly. But Martin looked really fucking good. I don't know why the fuck he blocked me on Instagram. Well, I kind of found out why he blocked me on Instagram. So I don't want to give him too much credit, but he looked really fucking good. Yeah.
Are you gonna go into this story or
Yeah.
is it,
So Nick.
Let's go.
Nick hit him up. On Saturday, just randomly. I don't know why he did this. He was like, "Yo, good luck tonight. Why'd you block my friend Luke on Instagram?" Right? And Martin said some shit like, "Oh, I don't know. He's probably one of these loud mouth motherfuckers that's running his mouth or some shit, some." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "I never said a fucking word." I was like, "I've met this dude before. I never said a word." And then he sent a screenshot of a comment on the podcast he did with Fuad by some dude named Luke Pritchard, but his last name didn't have a T in it. It was Prichard.
Oh,
And he was talking mad shit about how Nick's gonna smoke Martin and Martin's this, that, and the third.
And he's thinking
And so
it's you.
I guess he went on and blocked me. I got the heat. So now part of me believes that, part of me doesn't. I think there's also a personal reason why he might have blocked me that I won't say. But I can tell you all off air. But
I think me and Mike definitely know.
That's what he said. So whatever, bro. He still got me blocked, so fuck him for that, but he looked good.
Yeah, he looked good.
He did look really good.
I still give credit where it's due.
I still can't believe Brandon Curry placed as well as he
Yeah,
did.
Bro,
Brandon,
he hands down, by the way, best side tricep in the world.
Yeah,
His side tricep is ridiculous, and he's still that good at that age. It's just like,
and he's still improving. Like he looked fantastic,
bro. He looked better than last
lineup.
year. He looked better than the Arnold, bro. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When he stepped out, I'm like, fuck, I'm out.
Yeah, Brendan was sold on this was the year that he was getting pushed out, and he got moved right up.
Yeah, I saw.
I didn't expect him to look that good either.
What'd you think
I
about
saw him and
Bonak?
Good Vito come out, and I was like, I fucked my picks up so bad.
Oh, I think
Bonak?
Vito should have beat Bonak. Technically,
Agreed.
Bonak beat him, but I don't think this was a good Bonak. I think he looked
I
old.
thought Bonak should have been outside of the top 10.
Yeah, I don't think this was a good. None of the poses. Most of the poses I was looking at Bonak and I was like,
Ain't it crazy though when you look at all the names are good bodybuilders.
Oh yeah.
Like,
especially Brett Wilkin.
Whatever.
He plays really.
Whatever, dog.
Yeah,
He plays really high. He plays really high.
Yeah, he did.
Mike.
What was that? T16.
Poor Mike.
Yeah.
Dark Horse. Dark Horse.
Whatever.
See, I told him the only reason I haven't talked more shit was because literally right after Vito, Rubiel, and Brett came out with individuals, Mike texted me, "What's your Venmo?" So
quick as hell.
He got on it. He got on it right away. So I ain't gonna talk too much shit.
Anyone know? Does anybody know how much he weighed on stage?
Who? Brett?
Yeah.
Probably like 230 something. High 230.
Wow. So so you got to figure he's a lot tall. He's pretty tall compared to Martin. Martin was 232. So you can definitely see.
I think his 21 Chicago. I think his 21 Chicago look is still his best look, and that was 4 years ago.
I agree on that.
I was saying, maybe he's reached his genetic potential.
I think some of those guys.
I don't think he pushes that hard in the off season.
I agree.
Well, maybe he should.
Well, remember he had that gut issue.
Yeah, he did. That's why he pulled out of the O last time.
He had some gut issues.
Because I've heard him say before too, like he doesn't have a coach in the offseason at all. He only brings a coach in for contests.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
but I think that's
stupid
more.
move. I mean, I like Brett, but that's fucking retarded.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if you're someone who's, wants to be like in that top levels of pro, like maybe fucking have a coach for your off season and make some really good fucking improvements.
It's the most
Some of these guys,
he's
no,
got
some
a
of these,
phenomenal frame in good shape. Like if you really push it with a coach for an off season, it might make a difference. I don't know if that's still been the case this year, but I've heard him on podcasts before. Be like, yeah, I don't. I do my own thing in the off season. When I start a prep, that's when I bring a coach in.
Despite everything I've said, really just talking shit because of Mike. But I actually really like Brett's physique. Like he's like I really do like his structure and everything. I just think a lot of these guys, I think they feel like they kind of know everything or know what they're doing. So like they don't.
Yeah.
They're not going to listen to a coach in the offseason. They know they just got to eat food, take drugs, and train hard. And they don't really want to change any approaches because they kind of like what they've been doing because they've been doing more or less the same thing for the last decade plus, and it's gotten them to where they got into. Right. But like with someone like Brett, now it's clear that like Mike said, okay, what you've been doing got you here, but now something clearly has to change if you want to get to the next level. And you got to be open-minded enough to try new approaches and try new things to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so because now, right, you got to win more than one show to get to the Olympia now, right?
No, not in open.
That's for other classes. That's not for
classic.
bodybuilding.
That's not for bodybuilding.
For like
they have the
classic and all that shit where they have like 60 people at the fucking O.
Which thank God that's happening this year because I watched the classic prejudge.
There were so many people
streaming it, bro, and like
people.
Oh, dude, the fucking individuals went on for like fucking 2 hours. I was like, how do you peak? Like if you're one of the first guys that does your individual and then you got to come back for call outs, like a literal hour or two has gone by.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So thank God they did that shit.
So that's not open in 212.
No, it's physique.
No, that's
classic.
Just like men's physique, classic physique. And I think some of the female divisions.
Bikini maybe too.
Like bikini and wellness, I'm pretty sure are involved with that too.
Yeah.
That Anton kid or whatever, he just won like 2 shows or something to qualify him for next year's.
Yeah, I think
that's Cam's client, right? Too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that kid.
Win 2 shows. Dude. 2 shows are 10 points, I think total.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of Urs?
Dude, he's gonna be
good.
I think in a few years, he's gonna be crazy.
Bro, in like 3 to 5 years, he'll be in the top 5.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, well, I think as long as he continues to build that back up, because that's really his only
That's it.
point. Like he's just gonna need time to build that tissue up.
He's not small.
No,
he's not small.
No. Not by any means.
He was 265, right?
Yeah.
Something like 260.
I was really hoping he would be top 10. Just
225
for the
last
reason
year.
Of like
that's 40 pounds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping he'd be top 10 just to be able to see like his posing routine as an open guy.
Yeah, well, didn't they fuck up and like call him in the top 10 and then like
they did.
They did, right?
Yeah. Martin was right backstage. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, Urs made top 10. This is gonna be good, and then they were like, oh, never mind. And I was like, oh fuck.
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but also shout out Jordan, man. Jordan looked really good too.
Jordan looked finals great.
Finals, he looked like a world beater.
I just love Jordan. Really I just love Jordan because he's just such an awesome friggin' dude, and he's got an incredible physique. And I was just so happy for him.
Same, man. Him and Chris have done such a great job this year. I mean, every year, but this year especially, they've been so consistent, and they've actually, he's gotten better every single show.
Yeah,
that is a testament to the point I made earlier about sticking with a coach.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Jordan's been with him pretty much almost his whole career.
Dude, Jordan was with him. That's how I met Jordan. I was with Chris when Jordan was with him in 2021. Like we both started working with Chris around the same time.
Okay.
And when he prepped for USA's, I prepped for like the Connecticut at the same time.
Yeah.
So that goes all the way back to then, and that was when Jordan was like when Jordan first started with Chris, he didn't look like shit. And then I remember we were both, and Chris too, we were like, when he won USA's that year, we were both like completely shocked. And then he's just kind of done the same thing, like just 5 to 10 pounds each year and worked his way up. And
What
now
was
he's at a
crazy
point
too
where
is
it's like,
Jordan didn't plan on competing this year at all.
yeah.
You know, he originally was going to take the whole year off, and then he had
the gyno surgery.
Yeah, his gyno surgery, and then he was like, they kept it so lean through that, and we're starting to, you know, make some good progress with kind of growing. It was just like they just decided to kind of flip the switch and just shoot for it.
They started. I think they started to do a little bit of a push. I think they started to do a little bit of a push with Jordan, and he just responded like crazy. So they're like, okay,
he just like, he didn't get as like fluffy as he normally. He just stayed super lean through it. And it was
he was also really, really sick. Like at the beginning of the year, he was dealing with like a pneumonia or something like that.
Yeah, after his surgery.
Yeah, and then he like, thank God he competed, bro, because it literally just made his fucking career.
Yeah, completely, completely.
Hey, Doug, I know you in the group chat kid spoke about you got your mojo back now. You want to just elaborate on kind of where your mindset has been the last month and what's been going on?
Yeah, I mean, just needed to take a mental break off of social media. You know what I'm saying? You know, just to be transparent, man, with everything that's been going on in the world, it's like, you know, it's just too much divisiveness. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to stay away from all of the divisiveness and everything that's going on, and focus on my family, my kids, because social media can seem like a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I also have to be careful what I allow my mind to take in and digest. It's like my body, you know. And sometimes, man, people are just negative, and you know, it was time for me to take a step back and reevaluate some things. You know, I'm not going to compete this year, so I got an opportunity to kind of spend more time with my daughter. My daughter's playing soccer. She's varsity as a freshman.
Hell yeah.
You know, and my son's a freshman in college, just trying to make sure he's good and kind of just take a step back from everything and just, you know, try to help my daughter with school, sports, and, you know, man, just trying to live life without always feeling like I got to pull my phone out and record and,
you know, just be a dad.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But
I did that wellness check on you a few days ago, Doug.
And I appreciate it. You know what's crazy is I've gotten a shit ton of messages from a lot of people. You know, a lot of people look forward to, you know, a lot of things that I talk about and share in my stories and stuff like that. And a lot of the motivation that a lot of people say they get from me, man. So it's very, very warming, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, people that I don't know personally, you know, some people that I do know personally, just to check on me and everything, you know, everything is good. You know, I ain't like losing my house or no crazy shit like that. As far as like life goes, but so I'm no longer with Axe and Sledge. So for anybody who out there has been utilizing my code, maybe it not working or whatnot, you know, that's the reason. I'm no longer with Axe and Sledge. I'm just, you know, free right now and enjoying myself. And, you know, I had to kind of just decompress a little bit. I was with them for what? Almost like 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, I made a lot of relationships there, and, you know, I don't have anything bad to say about company or anybody, you know, just no longer with them. And that was another change and transition that I had to deal with. And, you know, moving forward, just gonna, you know, keep doing what I'm doing, bodybuilding. Got a few things I'm looking into. I've always wanted to open up my gym, so I got an opportunity here in Pittsburgh to do that. Hopefully I'll be able to do that.
Dude, yes.
Yeah, you know, so that's what I mean.
It's rad.
It's kind of, It's kind of
Dude,
like one
Doug,
of those.
whenever you have a grand opening, I will make the trip out there.
Oh,
Hey,
I
100%, absolutely.
I'd graciously
We're
appreciate
all
that
in.
from everybody. You know
I
what I
get
mean?
Yeah.
business out there anyways too,
Yeah.
so
That'll be fun as well, bro. I'll make a
We're doing
return.
we're doing a Tampa trip, so we might as well do a Pittsburgh trip.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely
that's
gonna try
right.
to make that. Like I told y'all, my pops lives down in Tampa, so
Hell yeah, bro.
that ain't nothing but a plane ticket. You know what I'm saying? And I know I could use some. It ain't too cold here yet in Pittsburgh, but that Tampa weather.
Right.
it's
Give it
over
a
here in
month, bro. Give it a month.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, yeah. But other than that, all in all, everything's good. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Good, bro. Good shit.
I'm glad you're doing better, Doug. I said in the chat today, I've also been in kind of a funk the last couple of months, and today I had to have a nice, deep, long talk with myself.
Yeah.
And
Life's hard, bro. Life is hard.
Yeah.
My life, everything in my life is fantastic. I'm incredibly hard on myself, to the point where it's extremely counterproductive. And I've been thinking the last couple months, I'm like, I don't even think I'm going to make enough improvements to even turn pro or whatever. And I really thought about multiple times, I'm just not going to compete anymore. It's gone through my head quite a few times in the last couple months. And, my coach and I, we did this mini cut for the last month. And I've dropped about 23 pounds. And this morning I was just having this long talk with myself, you can pull your head out of your ass, Chris, And I was hitting a few poses, and now that I've lost the extra weight, I can actually see a lot of the improvements I've made. I'm actually learning how to actually pull a fucking vacuum now.
Hell yeah.
And I'm hitting poses. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, that kind of was just a little bit of extra reassurance me to just kind of,
It's really easy to get in that mindset, and slip there. I mean, dude, I started getting sick last week, so I haven't trained since last Wednesday at all. Done any cardio or anything, and being fucking, a little over 9 weeks out from nationals. I'm really in my head about that. Of okay, now it's been a week of not training or anything. I've been on the diet the whole time. I haven't fucking deviated from that one bit. And Cameron was so happy with check-ins, but still in my head, I'm like, okay, I want to train tonight, but still felt like crap. I'm still coughing up shit like crazy. I'm and looking in the mirror, just feeling terrible. I don't know if I'm going to be now ready in time after.
That's prep.
That's the thing.
I know. You don't
want to be counterproductive too.
We're only doing we're still only at 2 days of cardio, 20 minutes, and he literally just added Clint in a little bit of Clint in on Friday last week. So we haven't really even started to really push anything. But still in my head, it's just I haven't trained at all. Am I gonna fucking be ready now? It's
yeah. Well, this is why you get a coach that you trust, man, because no matter what you do, there's two things I want to say something to you too, Chris. When you're in a prep, man, you're always gonna feel fat, you're always gonna feel like you're behind, you're never ever gonna look at yourself and really be like, oh, I'm fucking shredded and I'm gonna be ready. You're never gonna have that. So that's why that's why you need a coach in situations like this, and you need somebody that you wholeheartedly trust. And like I said, a good team of people around you. If you want a second opinion, and people that don't sugarcoat shit, that stuff's important. But Chris, as far as what you're talking about, just not feeling like you made progress and stuff like that, I think everybody feels that way to a degree because we all put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and we all really want this really bad. But the cool thing is that at the end of the day, you control what you can control. You eat your meals, you train your fucking ass off, you sleep, you recover. And after that, bro, that's why I preach so much about you have to love this shit no matter what the result is. Because
you'll burn out.
You can't think oh, this is a waste of time or I'm not whatever. Because it's not a waste of time if you're having fun. You know what I mean? Even if you never turn pro, even if you do turn pro, whatever, it's just a fucking card at the end of the day. You're still gonna like I just turned pro. If I had ended up not turning pro, what I'd be doing today, tomorrow, and Wednesday is going to be the same shit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Nothing
no, yeah, I
changes.
agree with that. You know what it came down to for me is like, like my one structural flaw is that I have a athletic waist, as the judges put it. Which like my waist gets down to like I think a 32 when I'm dieted down. Like it's certainly not fucking like it's not like a 29 or anything like that, like some of these dudes, but when you're standing front on, it's a little bit thicker. And I've never had any sort of like self-confidence or self-doubt issues in the past. It was always like I just need to get peeled because conditioning was always like kind of like my crutch. Yeah. And then I finally fucking nailed that, Yeah. And then it's like, oh, you have an athletic waist. I've never been told that before from any judge. So then I'm kind of like, okay,
well,
like
I'll say this too. Don't. That's why I don't love getting judges' feedback, to be honest. A lot of times one will say random shit. Two, they don't know everything they don't know like what's gone into that look on that day, right? Like they don't know your story, they don't know your protocols, they don't know, like for me, like a lot of people might still say, oh, you need to bring your legs up, but like my legs have come up so much that realistically I don't need to change anything. I just need to keep doing what I've been doing, right? Maybe you're somebody like Ransom was talking about, like, a couple weeks out, his arms and his upper body and everything was looking great and it was full, and then he pulled the GH and it was flat. He might get the feedback of, oh, you need more arms and chest, when really, like, no, you don't. Just he knows not to pull the GH next time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was literally told, this is what my feedback was at my last show. One of the best conditioned in the show. Legs were like the guy said like pro quality or pro level for legs, and I just needed more back to compensate for that. I have an athletic waist, so my back's grown quite a bit. You know what I mean? But still, it's like one of those things where it's almost my own damn fault, because I do love this. I've been doing this for a long time. I absolutely love it and enjoy it. But I think I've just put so much emphasis on like that last step of turning pro, where it's almost kind of blunted my vision of just why I've been doing this.
It takes the enjoyment out of it.
It's becoming like a job.
Exactly.
And like that's the thing that I'm saying.
You got to almost like restructure that mindset to be like, think about the process only.
Well, that's the thing that I'm saying is you got to think there's always, with situations like this, there's always like two choices, right? There's always like two alternatives. You bodybuild or you don't. Okay. If you're going to bodybuild, then it is what it is. You do your best and whatever happens, happens. And it's not a waste of time. It's not this, that, and the third, because you want to do it and you're having fun. Now, if you weren't having fun and you were sacrificing all these other things in your life and your relationships and your finances and all that, that's a different story. But if everything else is good, you love what you're doing, at the end of the day, competing is fun, whether you win a pro card or not. You can go do nationals, whatever the fuck you do. That shit's fun. You make memories, the whole nine. So the alternative to that is, okay, hang it up. Do you like that option better? You know what I mean? Probably not.
No,
right?
Fuck no.
So I still got a lot left in the tank, and even though I'm on the older side, my body is improving still drastically, and I'm not slowing down at all.
You know what's wrong in society too is that we have this mindset too that once you hit your 30s and 40s, you're old. You're really not.
Yeah.
It really more or less depends. It depends on how you treated your body during those early periods in your life. You know, most people in their 20s don't even really know what the fuck they want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I was one of them people. I ain't know what the fuck I don't even remember my 20s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't tell you what I did for my 23rd birthday, 24th, 22nd. That shit's so fucking long ago. I'm glad I fell into bodybuilding when I did, because for me, there's no way I could have did this shit in my fucking 20s. Big props to you, Luke. Swear to God, there's no fucking way I could have did this shit in my 20s. I needed to be mature. I needed to be older. I needed to be in a place in my life where getting into a routine and being boring is actually fun.
Yeah, I got that shit out of my system when I was younger. That's why. That's the only reason I'm able to do it now is because I got that shit out of my system when I was younger. So
one of the other things I also need to I have to remind myself all the time is like I sucked down into light heavy last year. Like I'm realistically
I remember
not
you
a
said
light
that.
heavyweight.
Remember you said
You know,
You went all the way down to light heavies?
Yeah, I fucking went down. I weighed into at 196, bro.
God, dude.
And I mean, like, I'm not even joking, dude. Like, I was the scale wasn't going down. I literally wore two sweatshirts with the zip up hoodie and 2 sweatpants, and I put the heat on in my hotel up to max. And I just sat there and roasted watching John Wick movies. And then I stepped on the scale, I'm like 196. I'm like, okay, you know what I mean?
yeah, and what are you? You were fucking 250 before you started mini cutting, bro.
Yeah, well,
right?
this year I was 253 was what I was.
Yeah,
was this year.
so you made.
I'm
tons
not
of
good
stuff.
enough.
Yeah,
You know,
talking about
and
progress.
Like, like what's it called? Like
Get
we
out
same thing. We had to pull injectables at 10 days out. We pulled growth hormone at like 2 weeks out. So we had to pull a lot of that stuff just to make weight.
Bro,
You know?
bro, there's no
And
way.
like,
There's no way you're not at least 205 to 210 in just good condition this year, and that's crazy progress.
oh,
I
no,
would
I
say
know that
probably
is.
more than that.
That's like, you know, like 14 pounds. I think it's going to be more because I mean,
Yeah.
I still have one more push before we start prep for next year.
Yeah.
So then get out of your head, bro. You're making tons of
I
progress.
know. Yeah. Well, it's been great. But plus the other thing too is I need to also put into consideration. This is one thing I keep reminding myself is when I did nationals in 23, I had one of the smallest weights on stage, and I was a heavyweight.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I'm over here comparing to myself and guys that are light heavies.
Right.
When
Yeah,
really
like eat a fraction of the
I'm not a
food.
light
Yeah.
heavy bodybuilder. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
not light. So
Yeah, if you compare, I was told to have a good waistline as a super, but you compare me to a classic guy, and I'm fat as fuck. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah, perspective, right?
yeah, exactly.
Nate, you're in a prep right now, or you're starting to pull down? How's that going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 19 weeks out right now, so just
Oh, what
slow.
show are you doing, Nate?
What's that?
Detroit.
what show?
Oh, Detroit?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Hell
yeah.
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 Yeah, so just slowly coming down. I mean, it's been pretty easy so far. I mean, I'm already like at 280 and sort of been holding 280 for like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks and just like recomping, honestly. So I've been getting leaner while holding 280. So that's nice and reassuring because, you know, sometimes the weight just flies off, which the first initial chunk did, but then I've held at 280, which is nice and reassuring that like there's, you know, some good muscle tissue there from this off season, you know what I mean, that I put on. So
Yeah.
It's
going to be a very different Nate, I promise you.
That's what I was telling you, Nate, before. I said you're gonna be much different this year. I mean, you already look probably the best you've ever looked at 280, in my opinion, from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
like
I'm
that's
excited
crazy.
to see what you look like on stage, man. Like that's for me. This is the fun part. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody that I've met over the past 10 years of competing, watching people progress every year is super dope. We're literally a part of the 1%, and that's why it's like too. Just to add on to Luke, it's like whether I win another bodybuilding show or not, I'm winning at bodybuilding in life, dog. Like,
facts.
you understand?
That's my point.
I look good. I feel good. I love the compliments that I get, motivating and inspiring people, traveling, meeting
And it's
people,
fun, bro.
networking.
It's fucking fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why that's why I always say like my 2 or I would say 3 like criteria that like I look for as far as when I'm going to be done is health, and if I'm really the main 2 is health, and if I'm still having fun. If this starts to feel like a job for me, then I'll be done, right?
Yep.
But if I like what I'm doing and I'm healthy and able to do it without risking my life, then I'm going to keep doing it. I don't give a fuck. And you know, people want to put, you know, numbers on it and ages and this, that, and the third. I mean, Nate's 39. He's about to bring the best look he's ever brought to the stage next year, right? And he still has plenty of time to keep getting better.
Sean Rose won his Olympia at 47.
Exactly, bro. So like,
wait, he was 47.
Yes.
Yeah.
Black don't fucking crack, dude.
Yes, he was 47.
Well, I mean, I don't really age too much either. I'm Italian, so I got the olive oil infused in my skin. You know, so
yeah. You know, that's why. You know, it's like I acknowledge I'm old, but I ain't fucking broken. You know what I'm saying? Like and I like to.
Bro, you're the same. You're the same thing, Doug. You look the best you ever did this year, bro, and you're in your 40s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
with Roden, he took like a number of years off, like completely from bodybuilding, and then just came back. You know?
Yeah. Like Nate and Doug, the reason you guys are able to do that is because both you guys started later in your 20s or in your early 30s, right? So like it's all about what you put your body through. Like I said, it's all about health and if you're having fun. And like me and Nate, like Nate's working with a new coach now who I think is going to be great for him. I think this kid is gonna bring back like the real nasty Nate that like made him who he was. And then on top of that, we got a great thing going down here, like with us training together and a good group of people, and that's gonna level both of us up even more. And like there's tons of room for progress, bro. And like if you keep putting years together like that where you're finding new ways to have fun and get better, like keep fucking going, dog. Like there's no reason why you have to put limitations on this shit.
Yeah.
Nate, do you find with your new coach, like, because I know when I left Brandon and switched, like it just felt revamped, like it felt exciting again. Like, okay, like I'm not stagnant anymore. Like I don't feel like a plateau. Like I was excited. It was almost like, you know, when you start off bodybuilding and everything's new and exciting. That's what it felt like to me. Do you have any of that? Like,
I mean, it's definitely exciting to have a new coach because obviously most of you guys know I've had the same coach for just my whole career. So it's been about like 10 years, you know what I mean? So it's cool to like work under someone else and see how they do things. I don't know if I would say I got that same excitement that you did though, just because maybe I don't know when you switched from Brandon, but I feel like I've been doing this so long that it's like not really like even switching coaches, it's still not like that feeling for me at least. But I guess it's fun to like have a new set of eyes and more exciting to like get their feedback and like share my check-ins with that person. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I think when you prep,
probably once
you'll feel it a little more because you'll feel the difference in approach a little more. Like right now, being as far out as you are when you started working with Mike, like I feel like it's not so much that's going to change. Like I said, at the end of the day, it's all chicken, rice, and testosterone. You know what I mean? Like it's going to be very similar kinds of stuff, but like you really notice a difference in like a coach's approach and like their demeanor too. Like, you know, like Nate, we talked about, like you do better with someone that's got like a calm demeanor, and Mike super laid back and chill like that. And I think he's gonna put more emphasis on getting you inside out, and you'll start to kind of notice the difference in his approach as you get leaner too, you know?
Yeah. Can I say chicken, rice, and testosterone will make a dope ass fucking shirt?
Bro, facts. Huge shirts. Huge shirts. You gotta drop some fucking Talkin mess apparel, bro.
Yeah, for real. For real. All right, boys. Well, we've been on for like an hour 30. I know I gotta eat again.
Yeah, I gotta go change a fucking tire.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you by the way, all of you guys' input.
Hey, bro, Chris. Also, you got my number, man. Don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna make sure I keep my eye on you too, man, because I appreciate you reaching out, man. Like, you know,
and all y'all
sometimes too, man. People when they don't be on, things be going on, but for me, it's just more of a refocus. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you reaching out.
And all y'all
also,
coming
you
down
better
here.
Not fucking quit. No one wants to see you quit this shit either. So
I'm not going to. I was just those are just the thoughts in my head for quite some time. Even though my wife's over there calling me a fucking idiot. You know, so
there's no way we would let you.
I'm telling you too, man. I think when all y'all come down here and we spend like a weekend together and just do bodybuilding shit, it'll reinvigorate a lot of shit too. It'll be a lot of fun.
November what?
I'm really looking
November 5th through the what?
The 10th through the 9th or 10th, yeah.
The 9th through the 10th?
5th through the 9th.
No, the 5th through the 9th.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. All right, y'all.
All right, boys.
Yeah, have a good night.
Everybody have a good night.
Peace.